Hey YouTube, Brick Marks coming to you, 9 a.m. this morning. Looking at communicating with your ears today. Now, I know that's possibly a bit strange, some people are going to use your mouth to communicate, but using your eyes and your ears, they're the two main senses that if you can master the art form, you will actually be one of the better communicators in most workplaces. So, explanation, we all talk, that's one thing, but more often than not, if we actually listen in a conversation, listen in a boardroom, and we're actually actively listening. Now we can passively listen, we can just hear Bob's talking about finances and it's positive, so I'm guessing we did all right this, or you're actually actively listening, and then you can come back with questions of meaning and value, and sometimes that will actually help you and it'll also help others. Now, if you haven't heard Simon Sinek, he actually talks a lot about these elements of listening, and where he was in the room and he likes to be the dumbest man in the room and ask all the stupidest questions. And the importance behind that comes about because the smartest person, the SME who is delivering the meeting or whatever, or whoever you're talking with, the more questions you can ask, the more information you can gain, and the more understanding you can gather, understanding being the core word there, that will help you format and deliver on the best result. Now, frame that in however you need to frame it, whether it be in a sale to a client. If you're actively listening to your client, not waiting for a gap in conversation, they've taken a breath and you can slide in with your amazing stats around how profitable and how amazing your product is. No, if you're actively listening and you're hearing all the pain points and you're hearing all of that and you're actively taking note, you're actively engaged in it, you will actually make that person feel appreciated, feel heard, that being the core one as well, that they're heard, and then your response to that can be so much more in depth and more, beneficial to them as the client, because now you've actually customed your package. This is all those processes running whilst they're talking. I'm not saying don't stop thinking, actively listening, and you're then aligning that with your product, so that you're then able to custom your delivery to suit them right there, right then on the spot. And this is where, again, sales often miss the point. They don't hear the customer. They're too busy thinking about their delivery that their customers just white noise in the background whilst they're waiting for, again, their opportunity to start their slideshow or, get into why this company should be the one that they go with as their provider. So use your ears to actively listen, and the other one being your eyes. Read the body language. I've been in so many meetings that the client has essentially shut off and the salesperson's just going, and you can see the body language, the customer's pretty much kind of checked out. They're already looking, what time is it, where else do I need to be? Or some are good enough that they'll actually look like they're taking notes, but they're probably drafting something that they've got to do because by the end of the day they've got some report that's due. They're not even listening anymore. They don't care about what you're delivering. They've checked out. So you can have the best presentation, but then they've lost the engagement. That also said, with communicating and with your eyes, you should be able to determine you're losing them. You should be able to see you're losing them. Their body language is turning off, and that should be able to change your pattern. So either mix up your thing, your presentation, throw some questions to them. That's also get the engagement, get them to start giving you something, and then you're getting them back on board. But actively listen to what they say. Don't just ask them the question and then in your head waiting for them to stop responding for you to then launch again, because that, again, they go even quicker back the other way into shutdown mode. So whenever you're talking, even if it's just one-on-one with a customer or with a client, with a friend, with anyone, if their body language is starting to pull away, if they're starting to kind of look at their watch and look out the window and they're kind of checked out a little bit, the problem is they probably are. The reality is they probably are. They're just not willing to kind of turn around and go, hey, look, this is kind of boring me. I'm not interested in whatever that was, or, it's really hard that you're going through that, but, I kind of don't have the headspace. Now, that's the biggest thing a lot of people have, is the lack of honesty in a lot of relationships, so friendships, where you don't feel that you can actually be honest with that person and say, hey, look, I understand you're going through a rough time. I realise that that's a lot for you. I don't have the headspace right now to provide you what you need, I think. Or pivot it and go, what do you need from me in that? Like, what can I do in that for you? And they might just need you to listen. So now you just need to work out, do you have the ability, the time, the energy to actively listen? And that's probably the biggest thing that a lot of people don't actually do, is actively listen in life. We're all, good morning, how you doing? Yeah, okay. And you? Yeah, okay. It's pleasantries more than it is actually about, how are you? I heard your father passed away. How are you coping with that? Do you need somebody to talk to about it? I'm happy to grab some lunch or grab a coffee. Offer what you can deliver on. And that comes to the integrity of don't say, we'll grab a coffee, and then you go, oh yeah, but I've got 6 meetings to be in, and if you've got the time right now, that's okay, offer to do it. But if you don't have it, don't start to do that, because then you're flaking on that whole integrity. You're not here for them, and there's nothing wrong with not being there for them, but just don't need to highlight or spotlight the fact that right now that's what they need. Hey, let's catch up later on this afternoon. We'll grab a coffee at 2 o'clock. Does that suit you? You work with your parameters, but how many of you actually even know what your parameters are? How many of you actually know what your day schedule looks like in your head? Not on paper, not on your calendar. If you have the ability to clear your schedule in order for you to provide that to them, fantastic. If you can drop everything and go and grab that coffee, if you're able to prioritize that, fantastic. But actively listen to people. You'll find it revolutionarily changes your relationships and changes how you view them as an individual, as well as how more effective your communication goes. Reading with your eyes, listening with your ears. And I heard once, you've got 2 ears to hear twice as much as you say. And that's something that I've been trying to teach my kids, is to listen twice as well as they talk. Because as humans, we love to talk, we don't like to listen. And I think that's what hurts a lot of relationships. It's definitely what hurts a lot of companies, because you don't listen to the staff beneath as C-suite. And that can often end up hurting a company, because you're not actually hearing people. You're not hearing the complaints. It's all white noise, because you're not actually actively listening to the people. You're just showing up and pretending to be there, pretending to be engaged, but you're actually not. So really what you shouldn't do is even bother showing up, because you save your time. You're not interested to hear it anyway, so why show up? So yes, if I can offer you guys anything today, listen with the ears, actively look with the eyes, read the body language, slower with the mouth, and let's try and change your relationships, and that will actually help to improve things for you. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, bell notification if you're wanting to catch these when they get launched, 9 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday to Friday. I do take the Saturday, Sunday break, but for now, you have a good day, and you'll see me 9 AM tomorrow. Catch you later, bye.